Welcome back to
Hello.
Snoo and Da Live.
Hello.
Snoo says hello.
Hello, Governor.
He's a Cockney chimney sweep, apparently.
I am a chimney sweep from somewhere.
Jolly good then. You're from old-timey England. Obviously, that's where you would find a chimney sweep.
I know. I just said somewhere.
Somewhere maybe in Bombay, India.
Bombay, India.
Sure.
That's a place.
It is a place, I'm told.
I've heard.
He's Snoo.
And I'm Da. We're gonna watch a movie.
Tonight we're going to check out another public domain gem. The Terror.
From 1963.
Starring Boris Karloff and, surprisingly, Jack Nicholson.
The Spanish version of this movie had its rights, quote unquote, bought by somebody.
I don't think "botten" is a word.
I don't think "botten" is a word. I was thinking that as soon as I said it. Bought.
Yes.
They bought the rights.
In Spain.
Yes, to only the Spanish version of the movie because that's what
So,
they were watching.
Yeah, if you're one of our many followers in Spain, I'm sorry, you're shit out of luck. This is going to be blocked in your country. So,
No, it's just I watched the video and then I saw that, so it's
right
cool.
on. And Kate says, a Scientologist woke up the wind, which then woke me up.
Wow!
It's a snowball effect. It's out of control now.
It's exciting. Dude says first note. He knew that as soon as he was typing it.
I love Duge's sign on. It's the best.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Kate and Dugent.
Yes.
This is our special pre-Kate Jr. doctor's appointment stream.
As is part of the title.
Yeah, it's in the title, so you can read it there.
Yeah, you can read it and it says, and pre-Kate Jr. appointment.
Or you can hear me say it now.
Or you can hear me say it.
But, yeah, so I tried to find a good one for us tonight. We'll see how well I did. I don't know. I felt like I wanted to look more, but then I was like, oh, it's like almost midnight, so we got to start.
Yeah, I mean, you don't gotta do much looking. You already seem to have a big backlog of stuff that you've already looked at and wanted to see. You just didn't really take that up, and then you kind of lost it.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Dude spent all day in the hospital.
Oh.
Why, though? And in the meantime, Kate Jr. is very appreciative. So is Kate. That's good. Yeah. We got to get on Kate Jr.'s good side as soon as possible.
Gotta make a good first impression.
I was thinking about how, like, if you have a Kate Jr., you're not going to be around as often, or at least as consistently, as you are now. And then I thought, no, if you have a Kate Jr., you're just going to be like, dudes, you're not going to sleep anymore. So
Yeah, so you'll be here probably more often.
yeah, I'm hoping that means, I turn out to be like a Kate Jr. whisperer, like I'm a boomer whisperer. And maybe when we do a stream, like Kate Jr. will just be all chill and snuggle with you and stuff.
Yeah, and she'll make cute baby sounds, or he'll make cute baby sounds.
Presumably, yes. In the meantime, Duge explains Bree was covered in hives for like 3 days.
Or 7 hours.
No, the wait at the hospital was 7
ER
hours.
wait was
That's
7
why
hours.
he was all day at the hospital. Jesus.
Yeah.
So what did they find out? Duge. And in the meantime, Kate says, yeah, Kate Jr. will be the end of sleep for Kate. It'll be the end of just being able to plan to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And expecting to stay asleep for the prescribed amount of time. But, yeah, you never know. It's just like Snoo was the most colicky little fella, you could imagine. And, like, my brother was like, no, our daughter was, like, sleeping through the night, like, 4 months in. And I'm just like, fuck you, man. Dude says they don't know. They just gave her some steroids.
And that
So-
maybe she'll get jacked.
Yeah, so maybe she'll get jacked now, and I assume that's correct. She can start working on that Duge beard that Snoo and I have been demanding for a while now. This is the perfect opportunity.
Everyone in Duge's life needs to have the Duge beard.
I agree. Certainly any of his progeny should have the Dooge beard.
Yeah. Let's look at the Reddit now.
We should. Well, anyway, so I'm guessing since you're here, Dooge, that baby Arya is okay. Is she doing better since they gave her the steroids?
He was talking about Bree. His boy.
Oh, that's right. It was Bree. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, my mistake.
Yeah.
How is she doing? Kate says the greatest stories all end with, and I was just like, fuck you, man.
Yeah, exactly. Every good story I know.
Holy cripes, dude says no. Bree is in fact still covered in hives. Wow, that sucks, man. I'm really sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I cut myself several times shaving the other day because I let my beard go like a week and a half before I shave it, and so it's just a butchery to get it off of my face by the time I get around to it. And I had several. Dude says stop shaving. I'm not Dooge, man. That's your thing. And
Yeah,
Baby
you don't
Arya's
shave.
thing.
You don't have to shave.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I cut myself several times with my super cheap razor that I got at the gas station. And then
Because that's what you would use.
I had the creepiest, most disturbing, bright red pimples the next day, and it was freaking weird. And so they're going away now, but I felt like a bizarre freak for a day or more. And Kate says magical chat hugs for Dooge and Bree. Anyway, yeah, I am not an animal. Don't stare at my weird shaving cut pimply dealios that I really have no fucking idea what that was all about.
Well, you used a gas station razor.
Well, like it was sealed in the package, man.
I don't know.
The reason that the gas station razor is a problem is that I cut myself a bunch of times trying to shave off a week and a half's worth of beard. That doesn't explain why the weird symptoms showed up. It's not like gas station sushi, you know? Like, there are certain things, you definitely don't buy at a gas station, like sushi. But razors in a sealed package typically should be okay. They're just going to be of low quality. And maybe they come with a free side of sushi. I don't know.
I don't know. I'd rather go with Gillette or something like that.
Yeah, I would rather go with a better razor so I don't cut myself a whole bunch.
Obviously.
But like it was about 1 o'clock in the morning when I was like, I have to get this mess off of my face. And dude says if my beard gets any grayer, I'm gonna look like freaking Santa. Yeah, tell me about it.
Don't say that to you. Say that to him.
Yeah, I mean, like my beard's so gray that you assumed I was just that blonde. That's the reason it's so light. And dude says, which isn't much different from the random homeless person I already look like. That's what we love about you, the seediness.
Yeah, that you always look like that. It's very homely, I have to say. Really works.
You know, I just wouldn't feel the same about you if you didn't look like you might have slept under a bridge last night. So, you know.
And if you like bathed in the river or something.
Or, you know, didn't bother to bathe in the river. Dude says I prefer feral. Okay, fair enough. You're a feral American.
Yeah, you're one of those.
I want to be respectful of how you identify.
Oh, yes!
Go ahead.
Dude, Kate says, dude, you can then join that fraternal order of the real bearded Santas group.
That's true,
Hell
man.
yes.
Job security, bruh.
Yeah.
You know?
Come on, man. You got the beard for it. You're wasting your talent.
Hope that beard gets gray faster so you can get in.
Make the money.
I don't know how much brown hair you're allowed to still have and be part of the fraternal order of real bearded Santas.
I think you have to have at least 90% gray hair.
We'd have to look up the rules of the
Yeah.
organization.
Yeah.
So.
Dude says Santa Union got health care.
That's a fair question.
You gotta know. You always gotta know.
We would have to look into it, but yeah, I like your prospects there. Because you're kind of jolly.
You are jolly. Like, you're jollier than before I saw you on a regular basis than I remember you being.
That's true. It's true.
Because I always just thought he was like one of your friends where... I'm not saying he was emotionless, but he just wasn't like a jovial flower.
You thought he was Cecil?
I didn't think he was Cecil. Cecil's his own breed of person.
He's the Joe Friday of computer enthusiasts.
Exactly, but just...
No offense to Cease.
Yeah, but... like,
I've told him that to his face before, so... He reminds me of Joe Friday from Dragnet.
yeah, but like, dude is probably one of the happier computer people I know.
Dude says I've been called emotionless quite a few times. I don't know. That's not how I see you.
No, God, no. If you were emotionless, you wouldn't be the kind of person that you are.
To be honest, not to get up in your business, I think you're probably an intelligent and sensitive person who has a few barriers up in place with most people, and that may have been the case with Snoo and even myself in the past, and is less so the case now.
Yeah.
So,
For one thing, I'm older and you actually get to have conversations with me.
and I'm not that much different than that either. Like, my neighbors, since we moved over a year ago, like, a couple of my neighbors are kind of annoyed with me that I just don't engage, but I just, I'm super jovial with people that I know well, and I'm not super interested in strangers.
It makes sense.
Dude says, when I find my feelings, I take them out back and shoot them like all 50s men were taught to. Good man.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. If you start to feel an emotion, kill a small animal.
Find an ant and really squish it.
Yeah, something like that.
That's how you let things out. It's good.
Use violence as a salve.
All right, we should get to the Reddit and then to the actual movie.
You're correct.
It's taken a while.
Snoo is right. I don't know. We're having fun.
We're having fun, but like this is also a movie stream.
Ostensibly, yes.
Ostensibly, but you know what? This was fun. This is a good thing to do for a pre-K junior appointment stream. Just have fun with the people.
For sure.
So
I can hug my pal.
I can hug my dad. Okay, so this first one is called about Snooki and the gang.
I assume this is a Sims update.
Yes, it is. So I played the Kanye.
Wait, you wrote this?
No.
Oh, Kate did.
Yeah.
I was hoping. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I played the Kanye, Snooki, Onision, Paul brothers save for a few hours last night. Here's what happened. Snooki died. She was eaten by the cow plant. A few ghosts decided to watch the occasion because I guess that's a party.
Yeah.
It's a party to ghost Sims.
It's not a party till someone's eaten by a cow plant. We can all agree on that.
2, I added Mitch McConnell to the household. He immediately started 2 fires, 2 out of 6 total fires. And peed
himself. I love that the most. Mitch McConnell peed himself.
He also gets along with no one, so I consider that part realistic.
I consider the peeing himself part realistic.
Yeah.
He's probably wearing Depends.
Yeah. 3, the house is slowly getting more and more haunted, so my Sims are constantly terrified, and I have a lot of nightmares.
Oh no.
4, there are now 3 Sims on the lot and at least 8 ghosts of former house members, so nothing really ever works, because the ghosts constantly break the plumbing and appliances.
Oh my gosh, ghosts can break plumbing?
In this, they can do that, yeah.
That's amazing.
From what I've learned.
The next time I cause a toilet to overflow, I know who I'm blaming. Damn ghosts!
5, Sims don't pay bills autonomously, so the power has gone off once. I only paid it so that more fires could start.
Yeah, the ghosts, if they're still living there, should still be kicking in for the utilities.
They're right there. They should be
Yeah,
paying.
they're living in the home.
6, the house is covered in dust and piles of dirty laundry, and I named one of the 3 dust bunnies Trump. That way I can perhaps have the satisfaction of stomping Trump out out of existence, at least in this game.
Right on.
And finally, 7, I think it's getting near the point where it's got the potential to become Glitch City, especially if I add more Sims. Any other ideas for people you'd like to see be miserable are appreciated. Because they will be miserable.
Wow, I don't know. I'd forgotten that we'd included Onision on there, and it just makes me happy to think of him being miserable.
He's already a ghost. He's been a ghost for like a month.
I hope, yeah, I don't know. It's just, in the meantime, dude says, I ran into Snooki at the club on Saturday, like I swear it was her. That's,
Pretty bold claim.
was that a good thing?
I don't think it was a good thing. I wouldn't imagine so.
What's the situation, dude?
Oh,
See what I
where's Mike when you need him?
did there. Kate says Mitch peeing himself was hilarious. Yes, I would love for that to happen on national television sometime. And then I would like AOC to bitch slap him.
Hell yeah.
And dude says it was a pretty seedy club, which to me makes it more plausible. It probably was Snooki then.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a better club, it wouldn't be her.
Yeah, if it was upscale, hell no. She's not going to be there. But that's all of a sudden very plausible. So.
And the best news yet, Kate added Ted Cruz and Greg Abbott to the house.
Oh my God. Does Ted Cruz have his hobo beard? Please tell me yes.
I bet he does. I would bet he does.
Dude says it was a 3-story club on a lake. That doesn't sound seedy. That sounds kind of cool. I don't know.
3 stories? I don't know.
So it was like upscale and seedy.
Only, all the other ones only got 2 stories. That's why it's seedy.
What else we got in Reddit?
The final thing is, minutes before Snooki died, this house is complete chaos. There's the cow plant. There's Snooki.
Is she giving birth? What is that picture?
I think those are ghosts.
Okay.
I don't know who that man is. There's a man sort of off to the left.
If she's not giving birth, she's trying to seduce the cow head. I assume.
Just look at this.
Or maybe that's just always how Snooki sits. I don't know. I'm not ruling that out either.
Oh, also, I think that's barf. Cow plant barf.
Ah.
I don't know. That's my guess.
I hope so.
I hope so too. It's probably the most likely thing.
And dude says the seedy 3-story club was full of the usual suspects like bro dudes and ladies not far from pros.
Oh, and Kate says Ted Sim isn't a great recreation, but I don't allow him into the bathroom, so he's constantly embarrassed. And the description of Mitch was, do with him what you will when I downloaded him. Yeah, the cow plant was barfing up Snooki there.
Oh, Snooki has been regurgitated.
I did not put that together.
And that's just her natural position that I assume she lands in.
Yeah, I guess.
In almost any situation.
But first.
Legs a splay, so. Bro dudes and ladies not far from pros. Why were you there? I think dudes just probably really identifies with bro dudes.
Oh, well, obviously he does. He's
And
huge.
hookers.
Yeah.
Oh, dude says alibi. Nice. Yeah, because I guess if you go to the seedy club with the bro dudes and the chicks who may or may not be prostitutes, and that's your alibi, nobody's going to be like, well, you just made that up. Because if you made it up, you'd be at the library or a Bible study group or something. If you say you were with the hooker chicks, they're going to be like, well, I have to take that at face value.
Yes, you do.
The cow plant.
The cow plant barfing up Snooki.
That's, yeah. I wish I could have seen and celebrated that in real time.
If there was a video. Yeah.
And Kate says, dude, just a bro dude, computer guy, real bearded Santa.
Hell yeah, put that on your resume.
And dude says it was Dottie's birthday or Dodie?
I don't know.
I don't know who that is. probably like, oh, Zach, his old roommate. Okay, right on. And he was like, you know where I want you to take me out to tonight? The seedy place.
With 3 stories.
And the skeezy chicks.
You know, those folk.
And you were like, you read my mind.
Yes, exactly. It's just perfect.
You read my mind. I already have a reservation for the VIP room.
And it has more hookers and bro dudes than
Yeah.
any other part in the place.
Or I'm sorry, the champagne room, I believe it's
Champagne.
referred to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Less new.
Duh.
Bink.
Drink pot.
All right.
20 minutes in.
We're 20 minutes in and we haven't started a damn thing.
The bottle room, he says.
The bottle room. Yeah, the champagne room. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where Mercedes rubs up on you and she's like, you're different than the other scumbags who come through here.
Because you're not one.
Yeah. And then you're like, well, I think we're in love then. So.
Also, Mercedes. Yeah, you're right. Mercedes is such a stripper name.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, of course.
But actually, it should have been, I should have said Destiny.
Or, like, I guess Trinity or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
It could be any of those.
It works.
And Dooge corrects me that now it's not the champagne room. It's a bottle of vodka room.
It's gross, he says.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, the last time I was at a strip club was my bachelor party.
Of course it was.
And my brother and his kind of douchebag friend took me to a place like that. Although it was a somewhat nice one, it was Christie's Cabaret. If I'm going to impress you with the strip joint I went to.
Yes, he's trying to impress you.
Yeah, you
With
know.
The strip joint he was at like 15 years ago.
Hey, it was the classy kind, you know?
It was the strip joint where the ladies are kind of clothed.
There's a coat check room there. It's upscale. No, I just
You have an
remember.
ID card system.
I honestly remember thinking, I just feel sorry for these trailer trash girls and their fancy outfits. That some of them look nice and others just look kind of pathetic. And I kind of miss my fiance, now my wife, and I was just like, we should have done something else. We should have gone to play darts or pool or something.
But you know, I think that just, you know, it wasn't the greatest experience, but it probably made you appreciate your wife a lot more.
For sure. I was like, I can't wait to get home. So.
It worked in a sort of weird way.
Dude says, I love strip clubs. They have the cheapest drinks? I thought that was the opposite. I thought they lure you in there with the T&A and then they gouge you on the drinks.
Apparently not.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm out of the loop. I'm feeling old now. I'm going to grow a gray beard like Dooge.
Of which his beard is like the least gray I've seen ever since the
Right,
pandemic started.
it's dude, your beard's not gray.
Yeah, it's fine. It looks the same as it did 10 years ago. It looked the same as it did 10 years ago.
Dude says Zach and me used to go to one and we rarely had to buy any drinks. What were the
That's-
strippers buying you drinks?
Yeah, where they just like, you're handsome, I'll get you some drinks.
Were like the desperate cougars buying you drinks? Like they just went to the strip club to find some horny young dudes and so they bought you drinks? Why did you rarely have to buy drinks? I mean, usually, isn't there like a drink minimum at those places? I'm genuinely confused.
Apparently not.
This is the perfect pre-Kate Jr. appointment stream, by the way.
Talking about strippers, it's great.
Yeah, I really feel like Kate is engaged on this subject.
And Kate Jr. is just like, wow, I'm very interested as a fetus.
Because there's been like 15 Dude comments in a row and radio silence from Kate.
Yeah.
Dude says they try to get you liquored up so you'll buy lap dances. Huh.
So I guess it works in a roundabout way.
Dude says, joke's on them. I'm fat. They're going to need a lot of drinks to get me to do that.
And that's true.
So much winning. Tiger blood, dude.
So much tiger blood. Kate Jr.'s learning a lot, apparently.
Yep. Kate says, I don't know why this conversation is so funny, but wheeze, it is funny.
It's funny because if you talk about strippers, it can turn into funny. That's kind of how that works.
Kate says she can't type because she's laughing so hard. That's awesome. That is awesome.
All right. I think we won't have any other chance to start the movie.
To start the movie?
Which browser?
It's Firefox.
Yes. Okay. The Terror.
The Terror.
Not just some terror.
All right, get us set up over there, my young ward.
We're as set up as we can be.
Did you do this? Okay. All right.
There's nothing else I have to do. I just have to click it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Dude says, nice, Jack Nicholson in color. This is a treat.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's one of the few movies we're seeing in color.
Unexpected surprise. And Boris Karloff, too. So.
Yeah, and, well, I was going to say and Jack Nicholson.
But
Yeah.
that was what Dude said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hooray. Dude is on board.
I think everyone is.
Kate's learning about strip clubs.
Kate Jr.'s learning about strip clubs.
Yeah, everybody's growing tonight. Expanding our horizons.
It's great. Apparently they had to shoot his scenes first, and then they let him go, and Jack Nicholson was left to do all the rest of the stuff.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All I know is I want that exact smoking jacket. And I don't even smoke anymore. I just want that super badass robe.
I'm gonna get that for you next Father's Day.
Thank you. I will hug you in
I
advance.
will hug you in advance.
Oh, my goodness.
The Terror.
It's a terrifying bird that just flew over there.
I know, what a horrifying graphic. Dude says bleeding skeleton. Run!
Exactly. Bleeding skeleton that rolled on the floor of a barber shop because it was like covered with loose hair.
Kate says, I'm happy to have learned about strip clubs and to have learned that when you go, make sure you choose a classy strip club.
Bingo. That is the takeaway.
You can't just choose
Kate gets it now.
She got it.
Because you don't want to run into Snooki. We can all agree on that.
Francis Ford Coppola, by the way.
Yeah. Associate producer. Who knew?
He wasn't known as Francis Ford Coppola at the time.
He wasn't quite that fancy yet.
No. Okay, there we go. That should be as much as possible.
Snooze finally satisfied with the synchronization.
As much as I can be.
Okay. The BDSM scene in Los Angeles is darker than you might imagine.
And it involves all the strip clubs we were just talking about.
It sure does. Especially the seedy one
Uh-huh.
that Dude was mentioning with Snooki.
With 3 floors. It's just like, that's the mark of warning for all strip clubs. If it has 3 floors, run.
That's when you know you need to go there. I don't know.
I don't know.
I imagine, oh no, this is the end of the movie Planet of the Apes.
It is! Yeah. So this is a sequel.
You ruined it all, you damn dirty apes. I think I got ripped off on this watch.
This this gas station compass doesn't look very well made. Dude says Napoleon.
Yeah, this is actually this movie takes place. He is a returning soldier from the Napoleonic War, one of them, I guess.
But he's also very sleepy, apparently.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's not a man who's fully awake and or not drunk.
Oh, he was almost to the buried Statue of Liberty on the beach there. But he didn't
Not
quite
quite.
make it. This would have been so much cooler if he would have ridden like 100 yards farther.
Kate says, so this is a documentary. Yay!
Exactly.
Boris Karloff. Very helpful in documentaries like this.
Absolutely. I like that dudes recognize the era and region of the military uniform. It's a good call.
It also just looks like Napoleon's jacket.
It takes a certain amount of knowledge of history and insight.
You have any drinking water?
I can't hear you. I kind of want to punch Jack Nicholson in the face. He has a punchable face in this movie specifically.
I think that's all movies.
Well, but like you're also, especially in The Shining, sort of scared of him. But in this movie, he just looks dopey.
He's a young Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, and that's the worst part. Dude says, watch out, Frenchie. That's clearly a sexy manatee.
Yes, Frenchie should watch out.
Oh, Frenchie, yeah.
Yeah, that manatee looks surprisingly good in a corset, though, so credit where credit is due.
I know. The costume designer really knew what they were doing.
You wouldn't have expected that from a manatee.
Thank you. Kate says she's too busy looking for doors.
Yeah, she is.
Is
she teleporting or just like what is she doing?
I'd like a word with you.
I don't know.
You never said goodbye to me. In fact, you never even said hello. It isn't an act of
Is my
treason to
telepathy
talk.
working?
You better hope so.
I'm a weary, disillusioned soldier, and you're the only pleasant sight that I've seen in 7 months. Go ahead, it's permitted for you to laugh. Wait, you haven't told me your name.
Normally, he doesn't get that reaction until he takes his pants down, but he got it early.
And puts on his clown nose.
This time, that's right. I always like when I hit on a chick and she just bursts out into laughter.
Just imagine that happening before me. What is your goal, man?
Where the hell are they going?
Where are you going?
Exactly.
He just now thought to ask,
Yeah, I don't know.
where are you going?
I mean, he wanted to know.
Are you willing to kill yourself to try and get some fine booty? Apparently, yes.
It's time for you to drown.
And dude says, back to the ocean. She's a
Sea mammal.
sea mammal, yes. Or a siren, if
Yeah.
you will.
Both.
Yes. Is he fighting the ocean? Oh no, he's fighting the ocean and birds. Ah man, I thought for sure you were gonna get laid there though.
He's like that one guy that tried to fight the sea so that he could take down Poseidon.
He's like the old man who yells at a cloud. he fights the sea when he's not yelling at clouds.
Dude says, yes, punch birds.
Absolutely. So wait, now she's not a siren?
I don't know.
Oh, now she's that guy. Or woman, or
Very confused.
that individual?
You're safe, Peter.
Here's some poison.
You're not getting any booty tonight.
Oh, on the contrary.
Oh.
You are gonna get laid now, mister, whether you want to or not.
Kate says old hag returns.
That is for sure. Thank goodness, every movie needs one.
Kate says, I've never fought the bird. I've never fought the ocean or a bird. Both look difficult.
Yeah, try both at the same time.
Yeah,
You
Jack
don't-
Nicholson's a hero.
You don't want to know.
Here. Hold out your arm. She only seems dangerous. Actually, she's very affectionate, which is very unusual for her.
I'm pretty sure that's John Turturro with a babushka on his head.
Little girl, right?
Very cleverly disguised.
Yeah, practically unrecognizable.
He brought you here. Gustav fed your horse.
Where is Helene?
This is Helene.
No, not the bird. The girl. Where is the girl?
There is no girl.
Of course there's a girl. I saw her. She spoke to me.
Dude says, I know you just fought a bunch of birds. Here, hold this hawk.
Exactly. He has a soft spot in his heart for birds.
Seen a girl.
Specifically hawks.
Gustav sometimes imagines things. If he could speak, I think we would find that his mind is warped. Such is the will of God.
What's going on?
It's the will of God. He wants people's minds to be warped, according to old hag, so I'll take that as gospel.
Find in this forest is Helene.
Kate says, no, not the bird, the girl. One of my favorite movie lines for some reason.
Right. I was gonna eat that mouse.
Lots of nutritional value.
Now it's on between you and me, bird.
I'll have to punch it out of you, but fail miserably.
Bob, please focus. Focus. Just turn
Bob,
the lens
Bob,
just
come
a
on,
little.
Bob. Dude says, way to chew your food, bro.
Right? That bird's mother is going to be very upset at its table manners.
This is the first time in a while that I can actually read what Dude's is saying.
That's good.
Like, I don't know what changed, but his grammar or
Okay.
spelling doesn't completely suck this time.
I've always prided myself on my ability to decrypt Dooge's posts.
I mean, I usually do, but now I don't have to.
Hello.
WTF?
What?
I don't know, maybe this part's in Spanish and so it's blocked.
I don't know. There might not be sound.
Just let it go a bit.
Okay.
Or wait, no, you
I didn't do anything.
That's where. Oh, all
Nothing's
right.
happening.
But we're getting check our window where we're getting our sound from.
Doesn't change anything.
Okay. Weird.
It's the same
Oh,
window,
this could.
window.
I hope we're okay here. Okay, so I feel like they're having an argument.
They're having an argument really close. They have to speak into each other's mouths.
Yeah, yeah. It's a secret argument. Dude says silence speaks louder than words.
In this
That's
movie,
right.
apparently.
I'm
I wonder what's going on.
Can he honestly not just catch her?
I don't think he's fast enough.
Like she was just walking at a leisurely pace.
He's very slow. That's the
I
problem.
guess his cardio is awful. There
Finally.
we go with some sound.
Finally.
Yeah, exactly. Dude hits the nail on the head. He says he's running and she's walking. I'm confused. It doesn't make sense.
You mean she's insane? Possessed. She needs your help. Help? How can I help her?
He's saying those words like he doesn't know what they mean.
We'll find her there. I
Help?
can say no more. There's great danger. Find Eric. Eric knows.
Kate says manatees are slippery though, hard to catch. You'd be surprised. I know.
Oh, you do now, don't you?
Well, they're pretty sexy.
Ah.
If you leave now, you can rejoin your regiment by dusk.
Dude says, but they have their baller whiskers.
What do you want?
Yeah. And that layer of blubber, you know, manatees, they're thick.
Ah. Dude says just like old hag.
That's right.
Gone away.
She does have her share of whiskers.
Show me the way to the castle.
Why are you so interested in the Gary?
I never said that I was. But the girl that I followed last night and spoke to, I believe that she lives there.
Told you.
What primitive hut doesn't have a bunch of beakers and stuff in it? And like Bunsen burners.
Basically just a
That is John Turturro.
It's basically just a meth lab.
That is John Turturro's face on Old Hag.
Maybe they just dubbed over the voice.
I'll find the castle myself.
No, wait.
Oh, this is like a Mario game. He's gonna find the castle.
He is.
This is, I assume Peach will be there.
I have told you the truth. There is no girl. Mark me, you are getting yourself into things beyond your understanding. Leave now while you can.
I intend to find her.
Dude says nope, just a manatee.
Believe me, as Old Hag, you must trust me. She's just not that into you. Like every single time you've seen this chick, what has her reaction been? It's been walking away from you faster than you can run. Take the hint, brah.
Bruh.
Yeah.
The old hag.
That's
using
what
bruh.
yeah, that's what Old Hag would say, I'm pretty sure.
Bruh. Also, I just now noticed, but the movie is actually in widescreen.
It is 16 by 9.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
I wonder who dared
Oh,
upscale.
more no sound.
I don't know what's going on.
I bet it's something to do with rights.
Doesn't matter. Kate says, do classy strip clubs feature thick manatees?
Oh, only the classiest ones.
Yeah, only the best ones.
They have to be at least 2.5 stories tall, minimum, to have that there.
Yeah, it depends on how tall your building is.
Yeah, but if you get to 3 stories, oh baby, they got the thick manatees.
You know for sure, it's guaranteed.
I'm pretty sure Khloe Kardashian is a thick manatee, but I could be wrong.
Just like 3 manatees in a trench coat or something. It works like that. So now I have to be the only audio here because the movie can't. The movie doesn't care. It's being.
That's an excellent Napoleon hat, by the way.
It really is. It's angled super well. Kate says class really isn't a thing in Texas, so I'll have to leave the state to find that.
Yeah, you know, go to Louisiana,
Yeah, they have class there.
where things are classy.
And dude says, where is he getting his clothes from? Nordstrom? I don't know.
Old Navy.
Yes, Old Navy.
Because he looks like he is in the Navy.
He found all of this at Old Navy. Now your local Texas. Kate says, ha!
In the name of the government of France, I order you to open this door.
Really? The government of France?
Yeah, I don't think you have the authority to say that.
There's Boris Karloff.
There he is.
I'm sorry, sir, but surely I made enough noise to awaken the dead.
Plus, I was pretending to have the authority of the government of
Yeah,
France
come on.
behind me. Like, by the way, I love that smoking jacket. Where did
Can I
you?
borrow that?
Did you get that from Goop?
Gwyneth Paltrow signed it personally?
It was $3,500. I'll take 4 of them.
Thank you, Baron, but I've had my fill of Billie
Kate says,
Jean.
Wheeze, I would love a scene in the movie where this guy just goes shopping at Nordstrom.
Well, as dudes and all the people who know me are aware, I only shop at Banana Republic, Hot Topic, and Forever 21.
Hot Topic especially. Jesus Christ.
What about Forever 21?
Well, Forever 21 is pretty bad. I'm
Not even men's clothing, as far as I'm aware.
Ah, yes. Your name, Duvalier. Your family.
My father was the Comte de Valier. Was until they spilled his head into a basket one morning in the Place de la Concorde.
Dude says this guy's eyes.
Eyebrows.
Oh, he just made eyes. This guy's eyebrows
Cognac?
own their own spot in the credits.
Yeah. Kate says, I frequently shop at Limited too. Nice.
Yes,
Baron, I wonder if I might ask, who was the young woman I saw in the window before you came to the door?
My favorite store of all time, though,
young woman.
Chess King.
I'm afraid you're mistaken.
Kate and Dude, you probably will both need to Google that. That's a thing from the early 80s.
God, I need some new store name.
Baron, I am in full possession of my faculties.
And you know, I love to make references and jokes that
Allow me to show you.
require listeners to Google things.
Yeah, of course.
I really feel like I'm engaging correctly with the audience there.
Because you're dumb. And you always make people look up your jokes. It's great.
Yeah. I also love explaining that it's supposed to be funny.
Laugh.
Of course.
Before you say anything else,
Yeah, like Jeb Bush. Please laugh.
I wasn't thinking about that when I said it. Please laugh, I'm desperate.
1786? But that's 20 years ago. It's incredible. It's the same girl and she hasn't changed a bit.
she has been dead for 20 years.
With all respect, Baron, for a ghost, she's a very active young woman.
Yeah, her walking speed is unbelievable.
She can walk 300 miles per hour on a medium day.
Yeah.
Not quite as much as I had thought. The girl at the window.
Lieutenant Duvalier.
I was on a Segway and I couldn't catch her.
The castle are Stefan and myself. You are the first visitor since the turn of the century.
Of course, Baron.
Stefan will see you to your room.
Thank you.
Kate says, I don't think I have a favorite store of all time, and if you don't explain your jokes or beg for laughs, it ain't comedy.
That's right. Kate gets it. Chat hugs for that. Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be a horse outbreak. Breaking news. Horses know how to open doors?
Apparently. Oh, it's the girl from Night of the Living Dead who wants to know where Johnny's keys are.
Johnny's key!
Why is there a picture of her?
These movies take place in the same universe.
Hello down there! I'm coming down. Wait for me!
I'm curious why we buried a bunch of dry ice in some of those graves. It's very mysterious. Okay, so the horse knows how to work doors better than Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, I don't know.
The horse got out fine. Jack is trapped. So,
I better light the door on fire.
oh yeah, we've learned that from past heroines of our movies.
Can I cut a hole in the door?
What if I asphyxiate myself with a fire? Will that open the door? Probably.
Is it like a secret handshake?
I'm giving it a try.
I've got my lightsaber and I'm not afraid to use it.
Oh no, he's bringing a tiny gun to the mix.
All right, unlock this door.
Is he gonna poke the gun?
You hear me?
Oh wow, that's a good
Unlock
question.
this door and shoot through the door.
Shoot through the door? The whole point is that you have to open the door to shoot the person on the other side.
Yeah, he did still have the crazy eyebrows even back then.
He really did.
Bless his eyebrows.
No, he looks like Matt Damon from a long time ago.
Kinda, yeah. Like a super stoned Matt Damon.
Yeah, or just like,
He's like a cross between Matt Damon and Bill Hader.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, it says Pokegun. Please play Pokegun, Jack.
Yes. So would love that.
Is this the same set that they had that fight at the end of that one Vincent Price movie? Like I can't remember.
At the end of Last Man on Earth?
It was the one where he was pouring like money on himself, or we were talking about his gumball collection.
Wow.
Ah man, okay.
I'm lost.
Someone remind us of the movie, please, because it looks.
A gumball collection? Interesting. I'm intrigued.
I don't know. Kate, please help.
Vincent Price with a gumball collection.
We were just making a joke about that. It wasn't an actual gumball collection. Kate says, I'm pretty sure that was Comedy of Terrors.
Ah, right on. Cool.
Yeah, at the end of Comedy, I'm pretty sure it was the end of Comedy of Terrors where they had a fight in a scene similar to that exact place.
No kidding.
Kate says, making it rain with his gumball machine profits.
For no justifiable reason, that reminded me of the scene in The Bat where I was laughing about, like, that's hilarious that she thinks I can write. Apropos of literally nothing, my brain just went there. I don't know why.
She thinks I can write.
Yep. Big Mac wrappers on the bed. I gotta clean this place up.
Who is eating McDonald's here?
Where's Johnny's keys?
I kept to the shadows, so you did not see.
Kates, I've been pacing since before the movie started and forgot to mention because I'm forgetful.
Oh, thank you for mentioning it now.
Yeah.
That always adds enjoyment.
It's in the village. Oh, nonsense. He's a soldier. He doesn't listen to old wives' tales. The important thing is that he leave with all due speed. I shall see it, sir. But of his own call. You may show him the respect his position and rank demand. Out of that.
I understand, sir.
Remember how lowly you are in comparison to him. That's the important thing.
I pay you $20 less.
I believe in a caste system.
Oh.
You're an untouchable.
So, must you intrude on a dead as well as a living?
If I intrude, Stefan, I shall leave it to my host to so inform me.
Why have you come to Castle Von Lepp? What do you want here?
You seem to have things strangely confused in your mind. You're the servant, not I. I'll ask the questions.
Didn't we just cover the caste system here, dude?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, everyone's just gonna crap on you. That's the system.
That's how it works.
Yep.
Once a place of worship, why have the holy objects been removed?
The Baron ordered it. When his wife, the Baroness Ilsa, passed away.
Then this became her tomb?
No, just the entrance to it. The Von Lepp family crypt lies below, beneath the cemetery. She rests there with 4 centuries of Von Lepps. That's been sealed for 20 years.
I used to play bass for 4 centuries of Von Lepps.
Last night, the girl must have passed through here.
As the Baron told you, sir, there is no girl.
No girl.
Kates says, more classic
Oh,
shirts
we
from
should see how
Nordstrom's,
many
I
to
see.
save.
This movie was brought to us by Nordstrom.
It sure was.
That's what I came to tell you.
Epaulettes are on sale there this weekend.
Impossible, you're lying.
Time to stock up.
No, sir, I'm not lying.
Hear me well, Stefan. I'm sick of all of these lies. First the old woman, then the Baron, and now you.
The old woman, you mean?
Never mind. What about my horse?
I shall get you another one from the village at once, sir. Believe me, Lieutenant, I have no desire to interfere with your departure from this castle.
You seem very anxious to be rid of me. Is it because you're afraid I might find out about Eric?
Eric?
So there is an Eric. That at least was not a lie.
Lieutenant, please, don't involve yourself in these dead matters. There is nothing here but an old man and his decaying memories. I beg of you, leave him in peace. Will you join me, Lieutenant?
No, thank you, Baron. I've just come from the stables. My horse is gone.
Your horse is gone?
Yes, I believe it was stolen, Baron.
Oh, impossible. Stabled all that.
Seems impossible. No one steals horses.
That would be impossible, yes.
I mean, hell, they open their own doors. They can steal themselves if they want to.
Oh, the horses around here are actual cops, so they'll arrest you if you try to steal them. It's impossible.
They put you in horse jail.
Sent it away for renovation. The dampness of these walls puts a mold on the pigment.
You evade very cleverly, Baron. Can you also explain the violin music and the girl in the chapel last night?
You saw her again.
So you admit there's a girl?
Ilsa.
Ilsa, is that her name? Answer me, Baron.
Please, please, leave me in peace,
If I
Consul.
leave you now, Baron, I will come back with a company of my men and I will tear this place down around your ears until I find her. Is that clear?
Very well, then. I suppose we'll just murder you now to prevent that outcome.
I mean, why wait?
Yes.
The blood removal service is coming in 5 hours.
Spare me nothing. 20 years ago, I was not the man you're looking at now. This land,
Yeah,
this
because you probably
estate
didn't
prospered.
have a
Yeah, like 20 years ago, I wasn't the man you're looking at now either. I was 20 years younger.
Today, in the village, I saw Ilsa. A peasant girl who'd come to live there with her mother. Oh, I could have taken her. These nobles have taken the
Ah, ah.
peasants since the beginning of
Hi,
time.
Snoo.
Hi, da.
I loved her. And she became the Baroness von Lepp. Almost immediately afterwards, I was called away for military service. Rebellion in the Polish province. I was gone for nearly a year. When the fighting was over, I hurried home to my bride. No one knew of my coming.
My bride.
Yeah, that's
Slapping.
the creepiest way I've ever heard anyone say "my bride."
Kid says people age, a thing I learned from this movie.
Yeah, the passage of time
Oh,
changes
people,
things.
People age, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Stefan took care of him. Later, I gave out a story that she had died. Some malaise. No one ever knew of her betrayal of me. How, in fact, she did die.
Except for Stefan.
For 20 years, I've not set foot beyond the walls of this castle. I've lived here alone with the memory of the dreadful thing I did that night. That is my penance.
And now you believe what? That the ghost of Ilsa has come back to relieve you of your penance? Is that it?
Yes.
How long has the spirit
Say
been coming to
relieve
the
you of
castle?
your pants?
Penance.
Again, 2 years.
Okay, I heard that as pants.
First I
Yeah,
was
no, it was
terrified,
penance.
now I'm eager for our every meeting.
One more question, Baron. Has anyone else except yourself seen the spirit? Stefan, for instance.
You think I'm mad, don't you?
Right now, Baron, I'm not sure just what I think.
But don't forget,
Ah.
you saw her too. Perhaps we're both mad.
Yes, not only did you see her, you're misguidedly thinking you're going to bone her, so
Yeah, I mean, come on, she's telling you she doesn't want it.
that makes you even crazier, let's be real.
Ilsa.
Why is everything so
The
frozen?
name sounds strange to me here by the sea.
It's your name.
Where is Anna? Your sister.
Her name is Mary.
And shouldn't you let it go?
She summoned me from the sea.
You must go back. Your soul is troubled, Ilsa.
Go back to Eric.
To the sea.
Only when the sea enters the crypt.
Kate says, "Howdy, manatee."
Howdy.
Yeah, how did that manatee get all the way up there on those rocks?
Yeah, I know, it's weird.
It's impressive.
She dressed herself.
I know Dooge could appreciate
You
that.
must obey the old woman.
The agility of that particular manatee.
A Frenchman. He can help you, Ilsa.
Andre?
Harpies!
The old one calls.
you, Gustav. Do not interfere. She's been patient with you long enough, but no more.
Hat.
I better take a picture. Okay, says that cut confused me. Maybe I'm not paying enough attention, but she said, Andre? And then it cut to the shot of the ocean.
Yeah, and I thought for sure she was either going to commit suicide or push him into the ocean. Neither of those happened. It was a confusing cut.
Oh, powers of darkness. Let the spirit of Ilsa sink deeper.
Behold this primitive prototype of the game Simon.
Be as
Do you like it? There's 4 colors and you have to press the one that I choose.
In the correct order, or you lose.
And if you fail, we don't know what will happen to you.
Oh, we just got some cackling from Old Hag.
Quite strong.
That is John Turturro's face! What the hell?
Okay, it says we script Dr. Dog.
Thank you.
And the dark
Simon.
powers will set you free, for I have promised them a richer life.
Is this my eye?
I'm trying to invent the monocle, but I don't think I'm that close yet.
I don't know where my eye is. I can't put the piece of glass.
What do you want of me?
You realize this is the property of the Baron Victor von Lepp, and that is forbidden for any of the villagers to set foot here, much less make it their home. How long have you been living here?
Only 2 months.
Perhaps I should tell you. You see, I've just come from Kleinschmidt, where you are not totally unknown. You've lived here slightly more than 2 years. Your name is Katharina. You originally come from Colvin, where you were quite unpopular because of...
Kate says, is this an eye?
Katharina the heretic, the witch.
They'll figure it out.
Eventually.
Why do you live here? What do you want?
I haven't any money. This was the only place that wasn't burned to the ground, so I brought my things in here.
Where did you find the girl?
Is no girl.
I saw her. She was sitting in this chair.
This guy's the most arrogant butler ever.
I know what she is. Old woman, I know what she is. Listen to me and listen to me very carefully. I don't know what you want, nor do I fully understand your black abilities. But if the 2 of you have not returned to Colvin within 1 night, I shall come back here and kill you with my own hands.
And I will learn more about your black abilities, like how your vertical jump seems to be higher than that of the average white person. You look way better with dreadlocks than I would. I'm gonna figure out your black abilities.
Oh, I just got it! You can test them out at a Popeyes down the street.
Oh no. Let's do.
Okay, this movie's starting to get good for me.
Yeah, it's been a solid one.
It's like this entire movie. He never knew at any time where he was supposed to be going.
Yeah, but he apparently brought his personal tailor with him because he always has a change of clothes available.
Always. Kate says, "Oh, I thought he said your lack of abilities," which was weird.
Yeah, no. She's a witch, so she has black abilities.
Finally knows how to open the door.
Yeah, he's got the door thing down. I assume this is where they keep their weed.
I have a bong for this very.
There's one right on the table
there.
there.
Oh my god, he could steal that.
That's the tip off.
Kate says, not knowing where you're supposed to be is a known character flaw amongst Nordstrom's shoppers in this movie.
That is true. Nordstrom needs to get that straight. Okay, so I think we have no audio again, maybe?
I think so.
I'm not sure.
There's nothing coming through. There's no, like, ambient noise, so... Kate says, hashtag, where's the bong?
It's funny how they keep showing up in every movie. Coincidence?
I think not. There's always a bong. Kate says, hashtag, oh, right there.
Exactly. Oh no.
I heard you have a second bong.
Wow, that was oddly sexual, watching that slide in there to lock the door. Can we get a train driving into a tunnel, perhaps?
Choo-choo!
Yeah, he forgot how to work doors again.
Do I move it to the side, or...?
Who's to say?
Do I pick it up?
Where are you?
Kate says, hashtag sexy slide lock.
You know it.
Everything from Kate from now on will be in hashtag form.
Try not to get too aroused by that lock.
Oh, yeah. It's on the front page of Pornhub right now.
So, like, no one's gonna mention that his left epaulette is fine, but the right one is just, like...
Yeah, where did the tassels go?
Half missing? Yeah. Is that like a war thing? That's his war wound? He lost the tassels from one of his epaulettes. You get a Purple Heart for that.
I got wounded in battle.
That's right.
It's just like his actual shoulders.
Kate says, hashtag yes. Now all of her comments will be in hashtag form.
The space bar is useless.
What is the meaning of this intrusion?
I was preparing to take a dump. This is
You
very,
interrupted me.
very rude.
You never interrupt Boris Karloff while he's taking a crap.
I thought everyone knew that, but not Jack Nicholson though.
Kate says hashtag wounded at Nordstrom's.
Indeed.
You're doing the best thing, Lieutenant. The Baron often does things which may seem strange to you and me, but the death of the Baron
Kate says
is a shock.
hashtag dump preparation.
One from which I fear is never fully
Yep.
recovered. I understand completely, Stephen.
Oh no, there's no audio again.
Oh no. Oh, it's back already. Yeah.
Tell me something, Stephen, if I can. Who is Eric?
Oh my God.
Come on!
They cut off the sound when we were about to find out who is Eric. Not cool.
Maybe that was intentional.
Not cool.
Like the movie actually did. that.
No.
We're not supposed to find out who Eric is.
Yeah, fuck Eric then.
I mean, I don't know why they would have to mute the audio if it's already public domain.
Again, there might be certain sections that aren't. I don't know. Eric.
I would probably beg to differ.
It's happened before, so I know it's a thing.
Don't care.
Okay.
We need to know parts of the movie.
Caw.
I'm not made of cardboard. This movie is more like a travel slideshow when there isn't any audio.
I still like it though.
Yeah.
And Kate says, as much as I'd like to type the rest of my comments in hashtags, it's hard to really say things in hashtag form. That's true.
The bird's attacking him now.
Oh, and
We
the audio.
don't get to hear it.
Come on.
And we can tell that that's clearly public domain audio because it was before. They wouldn't immediately change it.
Oh, that fight against the bird did not go well for that guy.
Clearly not.
He needs some Visine.
That's all. I'll be right as rain
Yeah.
in 2 weeks.
Fix him right up. Right as rain?
Right as rain.
That sounds
as
good.
I basically never said. As a 14-year-old white boy from Ohio.
There you go. That sounds like exactly the kind of person who would say right as rain.
Really?
Right? When you put it that way, yeah.
As a 14-year-old?
White boy from Ohio, yeah.
Okay,
that's-
a white guy from Ohio would, but not someone who's 14.
I don't know.
Kate says, shouldn't have fought that bird. Bird revenge.
Yeah. Truthfully, he won't make that mistake again.
No, he won't.
He can't because of the lack of eyes.
Yes, clearly there are no eyes in his skull. We kind of need the audio for this.
Nah.
Jesus Christ.
Like there's a. Is he looking at a manatee?
Yes, he's looking at a manatee.
I think Dude has been right all along. I couldn't tell what that was, so I'm assuming manatee.
But you'd be right.
Okay, this is your chance. You're totally gonna bang her now, man. That,
She's not gonna walk away from you
yeah,
at all.
it's coming.
As will she.
Oh!
Nice!
Wait a minute.
Oh! We It worked. It kind of worked.
Snoo got the Who scream.
Yeah, it did. That was perfect. That worked.
I've waited for you so long.
I've been searching for you to help you. But you wander in strange places that strange out.
Kate says wheeze.
You're not here.
Of course I'm here. And I'll never leave you again.
Never. When the night comes, I get cold. My arms and my shoulders get cold.
Well, then put on a
I
jacket.
don't like the night. I want to be free of it.
You are free.
Only in here. In this holy place.
No. Everyone with me. You must come away with me now.
No, I can't. Not until
Until what?
the crypt.
I've always been amazed by the fashion
With the dead.
of men versus women because typically women are colder than men,
The dead.
and she's wearing like one flimsy layer. He's wearing like 3 heavy-duty layers of clothing.
You're doing wonderful.
It just seems like poor choices.
Yeah, I don't think it exactly works.
There are doctors who can free you from this.
From the dead.
Wow, we've still got like 20 minutes left.
Reach out from the dead.
So much of this movie.
So much
You must come
movie.
away with me now.
No. I'm afraid. The night.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
Except yourself.
You see? Love me and there is no fear.
Yes, Andre. I do love you.
Yes, Andre the Giant.
Then come
I
away.
love your role in Princess Bride.
Wait here. It's all right.
Kate says, when I'm at a lower weight, I'm constantly cold.
Is that right?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, well, it sounds like you're at a more comfortable weight right now, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Well worth it. I was just about to ask where the hell is Boris Karloff in all this. I'm glad he's back.
Where's the smoking thing?
And yeah, I still want that smoking jacket.
Maybe you can find it. I bet it's online somewhere.
I want to buy it.
Kate says, Ghost Manatee! I used to play bass for Ghost Manatee.
Ooh. I remember that. Your third album was great.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to attempt to go down this stairway with as much agility as Donald J. Trump on a weak inclined ramp. See if I can pull it off.
I think I'm doing very well.
All right, so I'm going out on a limb. I think Old Hag is maybe the ghost chick.
Yeah.
Could be a thing.
Kate Kate says, I've gained a few pounds since the pandemic, so I don't get as cold as often, but I'm not as comfortable generally.
Yeah, I hear you. Me too. I've gained some weight since I had COVID. Probably 30, 35 pounds, and it is not as comfortable, at least fitting into my clothing. And I'm already warm all the time, so
But that's also why he's down here.
yeah,
Listen, my love,
it's true.
you are not alone. I am here with you. Soon I will join you in eternal sleep. Stefan will flood the crypt.
He's the same doll, about 30 pounds for me.
Right on.
Elsa,
You sound healthy though when we can hear you like in Fortnite.
Yeah.
Elsa. Why do you not talk to me?
I mean, at least neither of us has the fat guy voice where we're so fat that you can tell we're fat by how we sound. Like, this is an outrage.
Cheeseburgers.
I am not accustomed to be treated this way.
Cheeseburgers. That's the only thing fat people say. They're just like, cheeseburgers.
Oh, that's all I say.
Do not ask
I
me,
love
I beg of you.
cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers.
They're delicious.
I'm Wilford Brimley, and I'm here to talk to you about the diabetes.
Wilford Brimley.
He made videos on that. He was talking about the diabetes.
He did.
Elsa, why do you torment me so?
You must do it.
It's fun. I'm a sadist. What can I say?
I was paid $300.
By a carny. He didn't even know you. It's weird. It's random.
$300 is a lot of dollars. It's more than $299.
Yeah, you know, he was a carny, so the $300 was his life savings.
He was gonna go into clown college with that money.
That's right.
Who are you?
Snoo.
Helene!
Please make the shoulders equal.
Yeah, come on.
Just like rip off the other one.
That would work.
That would work. That's what I was thinking.
Is there a doctor in the village?
His illness is not of the flesh.
Don't ask me why I'm still wearing my lobster bib from dinner last night.
The Baron tells me you've been with him since
I
the
had a
Polish
lot of
came.
lobster, if you know what I mean.
That melted butter it really stains. You can't be too careful.
Must know every second.
Kid says, I don't feel unhealthy because I've absolutely felt that way before. Thank you, that really means a lot to me. Y'all will never sound sick either.
Oh, thank you.
You have keys. Fetch them. I'd like to see them.
No, actually, you sound super vibrant on Fortnite.
Always.
That's like my favorite thing. I'm not super into that game, but that's my favorite thing about doing that. It's just hearing you, and you sound healthy and happy and vibrant. So
Yeah, you're always like the most chipper person when you play the game.
I'm going to celebrate Kate, and I want you to hear that with 8 in the words. Yeah, like celebrate
With
Kate. Yeah.
Junior.
It's clever if I explain it long enough.
And shout out to 8 Junior.
Exactly.
Hinges are rusted solid.
Do you have a crowbar?
Yes, come with me.
I have 15.
Right. Let's just go to the crowbar room. And we will make a selection.
This one has Hello Kitty on it.
It's a mansion. We have rooms for everything.
Including my crowbars.
That's like a callback to the Cyberling mansion that I took you to when you were a tiny baby in a car seat, and I went there as a kid in school. They had a flower arranging room, and I never got over that. They had so many fucking rooms. They're like, I don't know, what are we gonna call this one? How about flower arranging room? You know, it's just another goddamn room that we don't need. So it's officially the flower arranging room. And if you can have that, you can have a crowbar room.
Yes, you can have a crowbar room.
Who's gonna stop you?
Kate says, I do light up when I play that with you guys. I don't talk to a lot of people from day to day, so doing that with you guys, that's hearing me as my best self. I'm glad it shows.
Well, we definitely love that self.
Yeah.
Did the Barons have a child?
I don't know.
I never thought she did.
You spare me nothing.
Baron, if you'll permit me, I think that I can explain.
Stefan, give me Baron. I only have one. Take this gun.
And shove it.
Yeah. Shove it up your ass, because that's where it'll go when I'm done with you.
Kill it.
Yes, Baron. Lieutenant.
You wouldn't be treating me this way if both my epaulets were intact. Let's be real.
Rip off the other one and see what happens.
Right.
Kate says, I want a crowbar room. No reason.
You don't need a reason.
Just get a crowbar room.
For that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm weary. My soul cries out for you.
Okay, so I'm confused. There's two ghost chicks, right?
Yeah, I was... That's not the same girl.
Yeah, they don't look the same.
I don't even know you. Why did you take me here?
Did one of them, like, storm off the set? And she was like, I can't work under these conditions. And they had to hire some other chick to finish shooting? What's going on? Because that's not the corset chick from the beginning.
He just has multiple women.
I get,
Like
yeah.
He's a player.
He's a Mac.
Boris Karloff the Mac.
Yeah, don't let the gray hair fool you. He's virile.
Ah, what a silver fox he is.
There you go.
Have a slap fight.
Yeah. Someone's gonna end up with a hangnail if you two don't stop it.
I will turn this car around.
Where is she? Why did you lie to me about the girl? Call it off.
Don't kill John Turturro's mother.
Yeah, or John Turturro.
Yes, in drag, perhaps.
Kid says, when he gets towards his house, he's like, so this is my crowbar room. And down here's where I keep extra women. And then here's the kitchen. I have a woman on standby every day of the week.
Yeah, you know, tours of the Epstein Mansion are available daily now, so.
My son, Eric.
Eric was your son?
Yes. And tonight the Baron pays for Eric's life with his own immortal
I can't believe they didn't cut off the sound here.
Yeah, me too.
They let us hear what Eric was.
If we gave a shit, we could actually figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, maybe. We tried really hard. Why is he walking like that?
He's old. I walk like that sometimes.
You don't walk like
It
that.
depends on the day and just the moment.
Kate says, "Wheeze, that laugh was way too loud for this time, but I don't give a crap." No one should. It's fine.
I have a portcullis in my living room, and I have to tell you, it was worth every penny. If you can add a portcullis, or a few of them to your home, Kate, I can't recommend it enough.
Get a whole army.
Absolutely. You know, if some marauding orcs happen to show up, you just let your portcullis down, and
Yeah, come on.
you ride out the siege. It's a beautiful thing.
Where's the Baron?
We must get to him. He's locked himself in a crypt.
Eric is avenged.
Eric avenged?
She's used the girl as a puppet to drive the Baron to suicide.
But why?
She thinks it was the Baron that killed her son. She never knew it was you.
What do you mean? He killed my Eric.
Eric is her son?
You murderer!
Don't you see now it was all a lie? The Baron did return that night to find Eric with the Baroness, and he did kill her. But there was a struggle, and in the fight, it was not Eric who died, but the Baron. I killed the Baron.
And Eric is still alive?
He took the Baron's place, and for 20 years, no one has known. But he took the Baron's place in mind as well as body. In his mind, he
He
is
says,
the Baron
"I'm
von Richthofen."
adding that to my list of must-haves for when I buy a house."
Sure. And, you know, consider a moat as well.
Yeah, get some crocodiles and just
Tunnel that leads from the sea.
let him go to town.
Come with me.
By the way, there's, I guess, sort of been a plot this entire time.
I mean, there kind of has.
Yeah, there's like Eric is now the Baron, and the Baron's dead, and
Eric and Johnny are in the same league.
I don't know
except
what's.
only one
There's
needs
the
their
portcullis again, by the way.
keys. Yeah, just
like,
so many portcullis.
like there was a significant portion of the budget for the set, so they needed that.
That's like 75% of the dollar.
They needed that in multiple scenes.
And it was worth everything.
Yeah, you know it. You'll never regret it.
No, they won't.
There it is again.
We need a counter. We need a counter of the amount of times that the portcullises show up.
We should.
Kate says, "What a great movie review." So, apparently there was a plot.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just now realizing.
Look, there's a story with characters and things.
They were going for some kind of story there, yeah.
I mean, it loosely goes together, even in the beginning of the movie.
Is this a portcullis? No, close. That's an iron gate.
I love the idea that she thinks that's the portcullis.
It might be, as far as she knows.
She's never seen one before.
That's right. She can't afford a portcullis. We got a wheeze out of Kate.
Oh, and he found one of the crowbars. One of the many, many crowbars.
I'm sure it's just the right one because he has such a wide selection.
It's not even like actual metal, it's a rubber crowbar.
He doesn't know the difference, though.
He doesn't care.
Bless his heart.
It goes boing when it makes a sound. Oh my god.
Meantime, Kate says, "Oh, old hag, you are a hilarious treat every time, especially with Script Dr. Da and Creep Dr. Snoo."
Hell yeah.
We will be together again.
She needed to know.
together with our
Was it a
love.
portcullis or not?
Who
You know,
knows?
she's trying to learn. Respect her.
Give the woman some education.
Yes, respect her process.
Look at me. You must see how eagerly I await your embrace.
You didn't know she was dead?
I don't know. I don't know what he was expecting.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, that's not bad for a corpse, really.
If it were alive, I think he would probably have a different story.
He said she's been dead for 20 years.
Look at it.
Wait, no, so the extra that they use for that girl and the actual actor are two completely different people.
Why have you done this?
The girls?
Yeah, the hair color is completely different.
No, I know, they're different people. That's what I was saying.
No, yeah, I didn't realize it so closely until now.
Yeah, it's an entirely different girl than the ghost at the beginning of the movie. So, yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Kate says her painted green face was hilarious to me.
But you can see by her ethereal beauty why he's been pining away for her all this time.
All these years.
And now he's being choked by a girl. Just really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Look, Boris, I know you're past your prime here, buddy, but
You can do this, though.
just come on, man.
You got this.
Just for the sake of pride, you know? Manage to win that scrap there, please.
He actually got it open with the rubber crowbar. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, I mean, all credit where credit is due there. He's way better with crowbars, rubber crowbars, than I am. So.
Being the fact that I've never used one before.
Especially the ones that go boyoing. You know, that's the worst.
They don't even actually make the sound. It's sound activated. There's a speaker.
Like my rubber crowbar, when I try to use it to pry something open, it does the sad trombone sound.
Wah,
Wah,
wah.
wah, wah.
That is a crowbar in a nutshell. I happen to agree.
I know.
Oh my god. Okay, so for like the first hour, I wasn't too into this. I was kind of bored. Now I love this.
I'm glad. I've been having fun. We're doing pre-Kate Jr. appointment stuff, and
It's just like in the last 30 minutes, we've made like back-to-back jokes. It's awesome.
it's good jokes.
This is what I came here for. Kate says, one small leap for man against door with help of a crowbar. One leap backwards for mankind.
So profound.
Is that perchance raw sewage?
This is how Irish whiskey is made, which explains how it tastes. You know?
They jumping into a sewer for a reason.
And Kate agrees with Snoo and says this is awesome.
Yeah, this has been the best.
It has been super fun.
Love this.
Oh no, did sound go
I
out?
think so, and it might be the last time sound is even here.
Damn you, movie.
Because there's not even
Wow,
two minutes
look at that cleavage there.
It's super open.
It's quality.
That's some quality cleavage.
I'm going to give that an A- at least. That's...
I give that a B for boobs.
Thank you. There you go.
And C for cleavage.
Absolutely. All right, please let him cast a spell on her that turns her into his true love, Old Hag. Oh, no, it's kind of like that.
It turns into Kim Kardashian.
Oh yeah, after she gets a spray tan. Dude, is this how Snooki looked when you ran into her at the three-story tall club?
Probably.
He's like, oh my God, so much makeup. Are you actually a boy under all that? I don't even. Oh,
That's how the movie ends.
that's the caramel fountain from Golden Corral, I think. That's not a face.
That's how the movie ends.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ. What a movie.
Wow.
And Kate says Kate Jr. will one day learn that the night before I started working to make them happen, I celebrated by learning about strip clubs, and I was super happy about it.
And we're happy to share all of our insights about strip clubs with you.
Of course, and with your child.
Aren't we, Snoo?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I feel like this is Snoo's opportunity to shine.
I know all about strip clubs.
With all of his accumulated knowledge about strip clubs. This is his moment.
Yes, it is. I take it in stride.
Holy mackerel. Well, that was fun.
That was awesome. It definitely got better the more it went on.
I'm glad it was fun. So, wow. Kate, tomorrow, important appointment.
Very important.
So we're all pulling for you. I think we've lost Dooge, but he definitely made a point to be here for your special stream.
And he was?
Yeah, and he was. And Kate says, Kate Jr. will get all of their strip club education here. That's always been kind of my goal. Like, if somebody wants to know about strip clubs,
they come to me. They come to you.
Yeah, I hope they come to me about it. You know? Except I feel like I should refer them to Dooge because I thought it was champagne room and now it's bottle of vodka room.
So I guess he knows.
Yeah, so
He's got the know-how.
you know, if I get in out of my depth, I will refer Kate Jr. to Dooge. So, wow, I don't know. Snoo, final thoughts. Kate, I'm going to solicit final thoughts because it is getting a little bit late here.
Final thoughts is that is the best frame to end on.
It is. Because it's the caramel fountain at Golden Corral, as we can all agree.
No, but it's the caramel fountain after everyone's taken most of the caramel and just like it's left there to drain.
Yeah, there's like dead flies in there. And
so many crevices.
Pieces of napkin and a used fork.
Someone threw up in there.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
That's what happens down at Golden Corral. Oh my da.
My Snoo.
My da.
We have fun.
We have super fun.
We have fun with the people.
The people, including Kate, sometimes Dooge, and us.
And others, yeah.
Others.
Other good folks.
Sometimes Sharp, sometimes,
yeah, it's
Bench.
just, it's super fucking random when people show up.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like, usually if Bench shows up, then Sharp's there, and then, Ziggy.
I think it's just because it's game streams.
Probably.
People are more attracted to game streams, which I can see.
Oh, and Dooge is back.
So, how did that go? Because the viewer count didn't change. It always stayed at 3, which means that we were watching here, Kate was here, and Dooge was here.
Only Dooge would have emergency car work to do at 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems kind of late.
Would you like to fill us in? What was the emergency that occurred in the middle of the night?
Yeah, this is how we will end the stream. Kate says, or Dooge says, I had to put the hood back on my car.
Oh, why was it off though?
And why was that an emergency?
Oh, I don't think you can legally drive without one.
He's not driving anywhere. It's 1:30. Where does he have to go? Kate says, tomorrow is a virtual appointment where I'll get a lot of questions answered. I'm still super psyched to be getting started on this part of my life. I'm so ready for Kate Jr. Yeah, of course.
We are so ready for Kate Jr.
It's going to be an amazing part of your life, and you're really going to enjoy it. And if it works and you happen to have a baby, congratulations. And I wish you the happiest of times. Dude says, because there's no way I'm doing that in the morning.
That actually makes total sense.
True.
And Kate, again, I really am hoping that my cat whispering powers transfer to Kate Jr. whispering so that you can join us, and that will not be an inconvenience for you, but will be a peaceful, shared experience between Kate and Kate Jr.
Whenever you need your kid to calm down, call us and we'll start up a stream.
We will try.
Yeah.
We will do our best.
We'll do our best, but usually it'll work.
I hope.
The cat works, so...
I mean, I feel I like my chances, our chances, because we've even got Scooter involved a couple of times.
We did.
And that's an uphill battle.
Always is. Always has been.
And Kate says, thank you so much, Snoo. Lots of chat hugs.
Lots of chat hugs to you back.
Right on. So, dudes, you got the hood squared away then, I take it.
Right at the end of the stream.
Yeah. And Kate says, I hope Kate Jr. Whisper is a power I can give y'all.
It's not a power that's earned, it's a power that's found.
It's a power that's bestowed by Kate Sr.
Yes, by Kate Sr. I don't want to call her Kate Sr. yet. I think Kate and Kate Jr. are fine.
Dude says he hopes his hood won't be crashing through his windshield tomorrow when he drives somewhere.
Probably not.
I'm paraphrasing, but...
I would trust Dude more than most people.
Yeah. I guess if the hood of my car were not on, I'd probably text Dude and be like, "Sup,
Help
bro?
me."
Yeah. You use your abilities." And Dude says 3 motor good luck, which... third motor. Too bad, because that sounded like English for a moment there. Name of Chinese restaurant is 3 motor good luck.
Famous Chinese restaurant.
That's right.
3 motor good luck.
Try pepper steak.
Pepper steak good.
All right, and Kate updates us to the fact that she has her Switch back, and she'll throw that in. So she's down for Fortnite whenever. That could be tomorrow. We should probably... We were off for like 2 days in a row.
We were off for like 2 days in a row, but I kind of want to do Breath of the Wild.
I don't know. Tomorrow night we should do Fortnite just so Kate can be involved. I don't know. Whatever. Let's do a stream tomorrow is what I'm saying.
All right, yeah. We'll do that when we get to it.
If we can. Yeah, so...
What would you guys prefer, Breath of the Wild or Fortnite?
Clearly she would prefer Fortnite.
Dude says I could Fortnite tomorrow.
Nice. All right. Settled?
Sure.
Snoo.
Up
top.
Well, that means I'm going to get stuff ready in advance.
Good. I love that.
So, yeah.
What was the ooh
I
about?
don't know. This is more Dude English. I could tomorrow Fortnite.
Ooh. Kate says Fortnite would be fun. All right, yeah. So let's pencil that in for tomorrow night. We will do some Fortnite with Kate and Dooge and Snoo and Da.
Yeah.
That's how we should do the title tomorrow. It's like Kate and Dooge and Snoo and Da play Fortnite.
Cool.
Yeah.
It says ooh. What is the ooh?
Maybe because of my offensive Asian stereotype?
Oh.
It's possible.
Oh. Oh, you like 3 motor, good luck. Good place eat, no.
Go to local mechanic. 3 motor, good luck. All right, I don't know. We got to kind of wrap up here. Dude says 2 turbo egg roll. And then
2 turbo egg roll.
and then no and then. Just give me my food. All right.
We gotta end this.
I think we've already gotten we got a wheeze. We got a wheeze from Kate. All right, this has been fantastic. Thank you guys for being here. He's been Snoo.
And I've been Da.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night.